guys, Mary here at PAX Prime 2015, and we are working with The Mix here at PAX to bring you guys the latest and greatest indie games. I am here with David from Brain & Brain.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
And today you're going to show me a game that I looked at a screenshot and said, yeah, I kind of want to play that. It's called Burly Men at Sea.
Burly Men at Sea. Yeah, so Burly Men at Sea is a folktale style adventure about three bearded fishermen who go on an adventure at sea. Let's get started. I'll give you a glimpse. So they start by finding this map in a bottle, which is a mysterious map. The entire game is controlled by moving this mask like you just saw me do. So you don't actually control the characters directly. You control the camera and the environment around them. So they find this map, and what you're going to see on screen here. But strangely, it's a map with nothing on it, just their own island that they're from. So their first mission is to go figure out what to do with it. So I'm just kind of moving through the dialogue a little bit quickly here. But they're going to go to the village and see what anyone can tell them. So the entire game is about these three fishermen, and we tell it through narrative storybook sequences, along with more traditional gameplay where you kind of explore environments and discover how to move forward. We're trying to cast you as the storyteller, not the characters. So you control the characters indirectly, and you make decisions while playing the game that determine the story that the characters go through.
Okay, so you can have different types of story based on your elements, or you're always going to go through the same story? You
can have a completely different experience about 3 or 4 times without any crossover at all. The beginning and the end are going to be similar, but the whole center of the game is very different.
That's awesome. So what are these burly men doing? They barely fit in this tiny house.
Yeah, their beards certainly barely fit through the door. So this is the fishing village. This is where they're from, and they're wanting to find out more about this map that they found. So your first mission is to go around and talk to the people in the village, see what they know. So the burly men are called the Brothers Beard. We have Hasty Beard, Brave Beard, and Steady Beard.
Okay.
Right now, Hasty Beard's interrupting Steady Beard because he just can't wait for anything. And it turns out the villagers are very ordinary, and they like it that way. The Burly Men are too, but this map is a little bit different. And so we're going to go talk to someone at the other end of the village who they kind of ignore, this old man in a coffee shop, and he can probably give us some more information. The entire game is vector graphics. So what you're seeing here is real-time vector graphics. Everything's an SVG file, so it's totally resolution independent, which is kind of fun. We can make it huge, and it looks great. And we're a husband and wife team. My wife did all the artwork, and I'm the programmer and sound designer.
There's so many husband and wife teams I'm hearing about. It's pretty cool. You guys get to work together all the time.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, it does have a vector art style too. Like you'd almost look at this and say it almost looks like an infographic or something like that.
Sure.
But it's interactive, which makes it really neat.
Yeah, my wife she was a graphic designer before getting into games, so that certainly comes out in her work. So now we're talking to Old Beard, and he has a little more information. The whole game is inspired by Scandinavian fishing villages, but also Scandinavian folklore.
Okay.
So once we leave the village, which I don't know that we'll have time to do in this demo, but once you leave the village, you start encountering mythical creatures. Really, there are no humans after this. Everything's like krakens or nymphs or just crazy creatures from mythology.
And now, if it's based on the folklore, you're saying there's maybe like hints of truths in it that you're borrowing from books that you've read.
Yeah, definitely. Brooke did a lot of research, and there's a little bits of truth in I think every mythology, and that's a lot of the fun.
All right, so what are we learning about right now? We're speed reading through this.
Yeah, I apologize for that. So we're showing Old Beard the map, and Old Beard deliberates and says that what we have is a map that brings about adventurous deeds and heroic feats. So the game is about the journey that you go on. It's an adventure about adventure is one thing we like to say about it. So the Burly Men are discovering that maybe not having a destination is okay. Maybe that's the fun, and what makes it an adventure is not knowing where you're going to go. It's a worthwhile adventure that begins with the unknown. So as you go through the game, your map will be filled out with the choices that you make and the things that you encounter along the way.
I love the way you guys are animating as well. It's kind of a very unique way that you're going about things here. Fire is half circles. You guys have obviously kind of doing things in your own perspective and your own unique art style, and I think it's got its own very unique flair to it. You don't see a lot of games with this look and style.
Thank you. Yeah, we're trying to be as minimal as we can be without making it difficult to understand what's going on.
I wish we could see the nymphs. This is kind of like just the very beginning of this game.
Just a taste, yep.
But I'm very excited to see where it goes from here. Do you guys have a release date or a window that you're looking at?
So we're looking at a late 2015 release on Steam and iOS.
Okay, so Steam and iOS for Burly Men at Sea. You saw it here first. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you.
Sweet. And so that was That was Burly Men at Sea. If you guys like that, be sure to stay tuned to GameSpot.com for the latest games.